Hi everybody, my name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach and I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse. So today I want to talk about embracing sisterhood. So we've grown up in this very patriarchal, male-dominated society. And because of this, women were portrayed or expected to be a certain way. So there was actually, back in the day, you were either one or the other. You were either a wife and a mother, or you were a whore. There was this comparison. You were never in the middle. And because of this kind of label or this expectation or presumption of women, this led to a lot of competition between women. A lot of pitting against each other, a lot of comparison, a lot of even sex shaming amongst women. And that's what women used to be very, very like, from my generation, was a lot of bitchiness, cattiness, sex shaming other women. You know, they'd be in this clique that, other women wouldn't be good enough for this clique. And this led to a lot of insecurity and I suppose greed amongst women. Like, I remember, I grew up in a very male-dominated household. I was the only girl. And, I had very, very few friends throughout my life, female friends throughout my lifetime. It was mainly male friends because I felt like I was one of the boys. And this led to kind of an inner misogyny, an inner hatred towards women. And there was times that I was even sexist towards women. And I was never embracing my femininity. And this can happen because of the society we're in as well, because it has been very male dominated. And we're there trying to kind of fit into this man's world. And this led for women to go against each other, to try and knock each other down to get to the top. And this isn't fair because the power of sisterhood, the power of female support is so important, and it's so beneficial for growth and I suppose feminine power, because I grew up, as I said, in a male-dominated household, and even though I only had a few feminine friends, I remember the times that I did just hang out with my female friends. You would feel so different. You'd feel empowered. You would feel supported, and I never appreciated that as much as I do now. Because I lived in a male-dominated world. This was my world. I didn't want to be compared to women. I had this upbringing, or this seed planted in me, that all women were out to do me and all women were bitches. And that's what I used to get. Because I'd meet a new woman and the two of us would probably be thinking, oh, is she going to be a bitch now? This would be our first thought. Is she going to be a bitch? And because of that, we would presume that this girl is going to be a bitch, and then she'd presume I was going to be a bitch, and we could end up clashing. But 99% of the time, that person and myself would get on so well once we let down that wall. But because of what we've known, or because of what we grew up with, we initially were thinking, she's not going to be nice. That kind of way. And it kind of made this major imbalance amongst women. I find that it's starting to change now, and I find that has changed drastically for me as well. I find my biggest support network at the moment is this newfound female sisterhood I found through my work. And it's amazing. I have a great support network on both sides now, because I've actually balanced my masculine and feminine energies. Because I was imbalanced, and I think that's what the problem is. Because we grew up in this patriarchal society, we had an imbalance of masculine and feminine energies. So we were trying to strive to be that masculine energy. So we were forgetting to embrace our feminine energy. And that's our nurturing, our caring, and our creative side. Whereas our being side. Whereas the masculine energy is doing. It's constantly doing all the time and striving to just, I suppose, win. But I think we're all going to win better if we try and win together. We'll win quicker if we try and win together. But if you're always in such a masculine headspace where you're rushing to the top, constantly doing, there is no time for nurturing. And you actually end up delaying yourself when you rush too much, because this leads to more setbacks. We need to start, and this is for men as well. balancing your masculine and feminine energy, because we have a balance, we have both within us. But having a balance of both, or having them balanced, is very beneficial for everything in life. But because we've grown up with this more masculine energy than feminine, this has led for imbalance, and especially among women. And that's the major competition among women. It's not nice, but I'm starting to see a difference now. I'm starting to see more of a support going on between women, and a lot of the women I've spoken to now as well have had the same experience as me, because we grew up in a generation where literally women presumed the next woman was going to be bitchy. And this is the thing, that's because some women were, and that's like, even as a teenager I had bitchy traits as well, because you learn what you grew up with. But we have to start to embrace both sides of ourselves. We start to embrace our feminine energy more. Like, for me, I had an unhealthy balance of toxic masculine traits. And this is what led me to inner misogyny, but also external misogyny. Without even, at the time, I didn't even know that. And, I used to hate being compared to women. I just hated it. I would not embrace my feminine. I was just like, I'm one of the wise, that's it. I wasn't embracing any part of my femininity. And it's not nice, because there's such tension amongst women when this kind of imbalance does happen. But yet when you actually meet people who are on the same sisterhood level as you, the same balance as you, the support that you get in return from embracing that sisterhood, from understanding that we're actually all on the same path, that we shouldn't try and compare ourselves to each other. We're all beautiful. We're all amazingly beautiful in our own unique ways. And I think that's the biggest triggers we have with women. Women trigger each other because of this societal, this generational, this generational learning or brainwashing that has led us to believe that we're inferior to each other. And if we see a pretty woman, we get triggered by it because we don't think we're pretty enough, or we feel shame within ourselves. And then we end up even sex shaming women for certain things that they wear. And I was even sex shamed as a teenager by my own grandmother. I was wearing a knee-length skirt to the disco, and she's like, only sluts wear skirts. This was the kind of society, or this way we spoke about women. And it's not nice. It's not fair. And I used to be the same. I used to be triggered so much by certain women, like certain TV presenters, actresses. I'd stop watching them on television because they used to trigger me so much. Because I've healed my own toxic masculine traits, and I've balanced my feminine and masculine energies, I look at these same women now and I admire them. I find them beautiful, and I actually enjoy their personalities. And they didn't change, but I did, because I healed my core wounds around this. And instead of looking at a woman and feeling threatened by her now, I just feel love for her, and I'll get that back. Do you know what I mean? We get what we give. So when we've grown up in a society where we believe that every woman is out to get us, and that us women are all in competition, this is what we get back. So we inadvertently created this bitchiness, in a sense, because we grew up believing that other women were bad, and they believed that we were bad. So therefore we had this energy of clashing against each other. But it's amazing when you let that wall down. Because I remember even years ago, my friend had loads of female friends, and I went to visit her, and the boys and the girls separated, and the whole table was just full of girls. And this was not normal for me. Normally I'd be drinking with the boys, and I just, I was a bit uncomfortable at the start, but they made me feel so comfortable so quickly. I was shocked. I even turned around to my friend and I was like, I've never had this much fun with this many women before. But this was a projection I was throwing out. I had presumed this is going to be a group of bitchy women. It's not. And there were so many women, and they were all beautiful and lovely, and I was just like, whoa, this is strange, but this is beautiful. And that's the thing. If we presume a woman is going to be bitchy, she's probably going to be bitchy because you're sending off this negative energy. So therefore you're going to both clash with a negative energy. So the more that we embrace our sisterhood, the more that we start to trust that us women are actually here to support each other, it actually can be quite beautiful. And it is amazing the women I've connected with now over the last couple of years in my journey. It's just, I'm not afraid to connect with women anymore, and I'm not expecting them to be bitchy, because I've actually found so many beautiful women over the last couple of years that it's just like, it was always just this patriarchal societal brainwashing that we had learned. And that's why our generation grew up like that. And I don't get me wrong, there is still that unevenness sometimes. But it is balancing itself out. It is getting better. Women are starting to support each other more. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see that connection, that community of like-minded women helping each other on their path and helping each other through this journey of life. And things are definitely starting to balance out. And we are all equal. Men and women are equal. Women shouldn't be put into this box that they should be a certain way. And that's, I think, what plays on women's minds as well. Like, they grow up believing they have to be this certain way. They have to be proper, or they can't do anything outside of what society expects of them. But you have to embrace who you are, your authenticity, your realness. And I think the women that are coming together now, we're all embracing our realness on an individual level. We're not jealous of each other's beauty. We're not jealous of each other's gifts or each other's uniqueness. We're embracing our own uniqueness, and we're embracing another's uniqueness. We're not jealous of another person anymore, because we've come to love ourselves and understand ourselves more. But that's the thing with me, especially, like, I love myself more. I'm more secure in my own skin. I've balanced my masculine and feminine energy. So therefore I see beauty in all women now, instead of being misogynistic or sexist towards other women. Because a part of me was obviously misogynistic and sexist towards myself. So what I was giving myself, I was projecting out to the outside world. So that's what I was getting back. So the more we embrace our own femininity and our own divine feminine empowerment, that's when we can embrace another woman's empowerment, and we start to encourage each other rather than feel like it's competition, or rather than compare to each other. Do you know, we're all the same, but we're all so different as well. And we are all beautiful in a unique way. We don't all have to look the same. Like, that's not what we want. We want to embrace our own uniqueness, and we want the community, the sisterhood, to embrace our uniqueness and their own uniqueness together. And that's what this is about. This is what sisterhood is about. It's about embracing who we are individually, but also together as well. And I love it now. I love women now, and I love men and women. Do you know, I have a balance of both now. I'm happy in both circumstances. But the support network, I suppose, with me as well, because my mother left it when I was a very young toddler. And I had women in my life, aunties and my granny and stuff, but I never had a constant female support system. And I suppose that is something that I craved for my whole life. But because I grew up in a masculine household, I also craved for their attention. So I kind of gravitated towards the masculine energy, because I felt I didn't fit into their world, so I needed to be more like them. And that's the thing with patriarchal society. Women take on the masculine role or the masculine energy to fit into this masculine society. But thankfully, things are starting to balance out more. And that's why it's so important to embrace sisterhood, because I'm not saying take over the world or anything. I'm just saying we need to have an even balance at the top. An even balance where we can have masculine and feminine energy as that empowerment. Do you know, that we can help each other grow, that we can encourage each other to grow, that we can celebrate each other's wins, celebrate each other. And that's what it is, so beautiful, because as I said, we're all on the same path. We're all trying to get to the same destination, and we can all get there quicker and in a more loving and nurturing environment. And that's the thing, when we're so in our masculine energy, we're very rigid and we're very it's like we're in this box or something, and it's like we forget how to nurture. We forget that loving side of ourselves. And when we actually bring love and nurturing into a community, it actually helps us grow faster. It encourages us to grow faster. So, we actually help each other win quicker together than we do apart. And like, it took me a long time to understand this, because I've done everything solo for such a long time. And the power of feminine support is beautiful. And it's helped me so much, especially through my healing journey. So we have to start to stop projecting this old idea of women out into this world, and start seeing each other as equal, and start celebrating each other, start celebrating each other's uniqueness, and start supporting each other. It's so important. It's so important for us to embrace that feminine side of ourselves, especially if we've grown up in a more masculine dominated society or family. We need to start embracing that nurturing side of ourselves again. Balance the two. Like, we can all be anything we want to be, but we need to balance the two. We need to have a good balance of masculine and feminine energies with us. We are all equal at the end of the day. So it's just about remembering to embrace your sisters, because let's shed this image of bitchiness. Let's shed this image of us being in competition. Let's shed this image of comparison. Let's start accepting each other for exactly who we are. But first of all, we need to obviously embrace ourselves, because the more we love ourselves, the less we're going to be catty towards other people. Because as I said, once I healed my own shit, the triggers I had for other women disappeared. And I love the same women that I was once triggered by. So that's the thing. It's our core wounds, and it's our inner thoughts or inner generational brainwashing or upbringings, whatever, have led us to believe other women aren't our support. But now we're here to change that. We're here to empower our femininity and start to change how women see each other. We're no longer in competition. We're here to support each other. We're here to look after each other. We're here to embody divine feminine empowerment. And that's what it is. So embrace your sisterhood, look after your sisters, and, seek that community. You don't have to do everything on your own. And you don't have to do everything in a masculine mindset. We're not in competition with each other. We're here to embrace and love each other, and we're here to support each other. And I'm so, so grateful for all the women that have come into my life now, and my newfound soul sisterhood has made me feel so empowered in myself, because it makes me see how beautiful women really are. Whereas when I was in that rigid, toxic masculine energy, I really didn't embrace it. I didn't embrace my own womanhood, and I didn't embrace other women. And the more I healed myself, the more I can see the beauty and the nurturing support of women that are like me. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to change this patriarchal, misogynistic mindset that we have embodied ourselves. We're here to stop sex shaming each other. We're here to stop bitching and cattiness against each other. We're here to show that we're all here for each other, and we can win quicker if we try and support and win together. That's all it's about. So embrace sisterhood, embrace your soul sisters, because I swear I love you all. I love you all. Us women are powerful, and we're more powerful together. So let's break this patriarchal curse, in a sense, this generational curse of believing what we once believed. And let's start embracing our sisterhood and embracing each other. So thank you so much for listening today, and I hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share. And if you would like help on your journey, please book me for a discovery call today, and I would love nothing more than to help you on your path. Thanks. Bye-bye.